Welcome to the 2022 Asian Equipped and Classic Bench Press Championship in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. My name is Christina Chamley and it is my pleasure to be calling this session for you. This session we have men in the classic format of bench press in the 66 kilogram and 74 kilogram classes. All age categories will be here. We have approximately 23 lifters for you in this session, and we have men ranging from sub-juniors, juniors, open, masters 1 all the way through to masters 4 age categories. Don't worry, I'll be able to update you and keep you aware of who's who and who's competing against whom. And I think we might be in for a treat. There may be a couple of record attempts, if the nominations can be believed, that some of these guys are really here. They've been preparing to have a go at some records as well. So I really would like to welcome you all and thank you for joining us at the Classic Bench Press Championships in Asia this year. We will be underway in a few minutes with our first lifter, but let me say that as everywhere in the world, Asia has been affected by COVID in a big way, and we are restarting our championships again after a couple of years of no events at all, which has been extremely disruptive and disappointing for everybody. So as Asia starts back up again and international travel becomes more and more possible, we will see more lifters from more nations. But at the moment, this championship has been affected by teams that can't come because of their strict quarantine laws on re-entry. So we do have low numbers, but we are hoping that as time goes on and governments relax their restrictions, we will see more and more athletes being able to come to regional championships and international events. But for the time being, we've got about 8 or 9 nations in the Asian region who are able to send teams to this event, and we're really thankful to see them. And of course, Mongolia is well represented here because we have the championship right here, so you will see a lot of Mongolian lifters. But you'll also see lifters from Japan and Kazakhstan in this particular group of lifting. This championship, being a regional championship, has IPF Category 1 and Category 2 refereeing. It is drug tested and it is a very high level of competition for these athletes. And I'd like to take this opportunity to absolutely thank Eleiko and SBD, our major sponsors of IPF, who have made this all possible with providing equipment and funds to really help regions develop in terms of equipment, but also in terms of holding coaching clinics and referee clinics so that the sport in general can progress. So we thank Eleiko and SBD very much indeed for their continuing years and years and increasing amount of support that has helped all these powerlifters in so many different ways. It's very, very thankful. We're all very thankful. And this is a special year for the IPF, being the 50th anniversary year, so I would just like to mention that. We have really enjoyed that wonderful sponsorship relationships, and we celebrate that especially on the 50th anniversary of the IPF. You might see that logo in the background somewhere, the 50th anniversary logo that we had made for the IPF. So I believe we're very shortly underway with the start with our Masters 4 bench presser. So this is always exciting, and interestingly, there's more than one Masters 4 lifters here today who can come out here and bench press and have their lifting scrutinised by referees, and they know then that it's a good lift. If it's a good lift here, it is a good lift. So that'll be exciting to see the Masters 4 and all the way through, of course, down to our young juniors who are maybe only 14 or 15 years of age. So definitely a sport for life and a lot of enjoyment here. So we have 60 kilos on the bar for Shagda from Mongolia. He comes out to start this session. And as I mentioned, this is classic bench pressing. So we are not wearing a bench shirt, meaning a supportive shirt. The lifters will just be wearing a regular t-shirt. So this is their raw strength. And so Shagda, who weighed in at 63.8 kilos, is going to bench press 60 kilos for his opening bench. As you can see, very easily. Can you imagine it? 60 kilos bench press to competition level. So now the next lifter will also take 60, and this gentleman, Suga, is an M3, so he is younger. He's born in 1958, and he's also going to attempt 60 kilos. He weighed in at 65 kilos, a different body weight, this morning or this afternoon. And so just gets a bit of a slap on the back from the coach and comes out ready to bench. The Mongolian team has incredible depth with these lifters in their master's years and a really strong sub-junior and junior team as well. Really simple, plenty of strength there, and it's a good lift. There are 3 referees officiating every lift, and each of them assigns either good lift or no lift to the athlete's attempt. And so there is 3 different coloured lights and 3 lights, and they can be good or not good. So now, on the other end of the scale I was talking about, here is a sub-junior, Batsengul, from Mongolia. He's an under 66 kilogram lifter in terms of his body weight, and his opening bench press is 75 kilos, and he weighs 63.4 kilos today. And yet you see that same discipline and technique there. They're very successful. That was very easy. It was a super easy opener for Batsengul. So now here's Batar. He's also a sub-junior. He's a direct competitor of that young man you just saw, and he's opening at 85 kilos. Weighs slightly more, but he's in the same weight category. So there will be a 3-way fight, if I can put it that way, for the medals in this age division. Yep, really good. 3 white lights, and his coach is extremely happy with him. So now, 95 kilos on the bar for the 3rd young man in this group. It's Tolyabai from Kazakhstan, and he's opening on 95. So this could be an indicator of how the scores finish, but this is how they start. That Tolyabai is opening the heaviest, so you can just see him working to achieve an incredible setup, an incredible arch on the bench, as you can see that from that angle of the camera, where he is incredibly flexible and strong to be able to hold that position and get 3 white lights. So that is amazing, and no doubt that technique in his setup is helping him to achieve even more, to lift even more. So now we're going up to a Masters 4 gentleman. He waves to the crowd as he comes on, and his name is Tamamoto. He is an under 66 kilogram lifter, and can you believe this? He is opening on 105 kilograms. He was born in 1950, and he is going to press 105 kilos now if he's got anything to do with it. And I'm just watching him from side on, and he's got an incredible ankle flexibility and range that is helping him get a wonderful tension through his body as well. It's a whole body setup. So now 125 kilos on the bar for Alexander of Mongolia. He's a Masters 1 lifter. He's one of 2 Mongolians in that age and weight category competing against each other. And they're quite closely matched in the nomination sheet, so we'll just see how this pans out. But he's taking 125 for his opener. And he's clear off the bench from my side that I can see, so whether the referees can see that, they certainly can, and there is absolutely no way that is ever going to get a white light because his butt was completely off the bench, which is interesting for an opener. Now, here is the gentleman he is competing against, Bayara of Mongolia, and he's opening on 130. So now it'll be interesting to contrast his technique to see if he can bench in the legal requirements, which there is a lot of. At one of them, which is getting breached quite a bit here at this championship, is keeping the butt on the bench during the lift. We can't lift our whole midsection and hips up, that all comes off the bench. And that looked good from my angle. And it is 3 white lights, and that was a great lift. So we can automatically see that Bayara is in a strong position now to go ahead and get the gold medal because he's on the board with 130 and his competitor is still trying to get 125. So Dagasuran now of Mongolia, 130 kilos. He's in a different age category. He is a junior. He was born in 2000. So 130 kilos now for him. And another Mongolian lifter will come out with exactly the same weight. And then a Japanese lifter will come out with a little bit more. So that's another little competition to watch. At first, Dagasuran. That was heavy for an opener, and he's been given the lift.
125.
One side saw he lifted off the bench. So he got the lift, and now it's Jargal Salkan coming out with the same amount on. He is a junior as well, but he was born in 2001. Very similar weight, but they're both in the under 66 kilo category. Wow. No lift. No lift. 2 yellow cards. So he'll need to take that again, I think. Ohira from Japan. He's got an extra 5 kilo on the bar for his opener. So can he pull away from those 2 Mongolians with this lift? That's what he's looking for, to establish an early bit of lead. Get in a strong position for the second round of lifts, which will follow in a couple of lifts' time. Achieving a really wonderful tightness through the back there with his setup, where he's placing his feet. And he settles into position. Very strong. Yes, 3 white lights, and to me, I think it's really apparent that he will most likely be able to achieve the gold medal. So now, 137.5 kilos goes on the bar for an open category lifter, Ergdenbold from Mongolia, and he is one of 2 in this age and weight class that are, and they're both starting on 137.5. He's got some blocks to bench. That makes him feel that his mechanics of his body's placement and his feet is maximal for him. And that is absolutely permitted as long as they are centred on the block. If they're not centred, okay. So he's been given 3 white lights for 137.5, and now Manal Jab will come out with the same weight.
Erdenbold of Mongolia.
He weighs slightly less than Erdenbold, but that's not an issue at the moment. He's got the same weight on there, so let's see how he goes with this one. Very good too. Yeah, 3 white lights. So these guys are pretty evenly matched. This will be an interesting competition. Because he's slightly heavier, Erdenbold is slightly heavier, so he will go into the second place just on body weight. So we swing now into the second round of lifts. So every lifter will now have a second lift. And Shagdar, our Masters 4 lifter, one of, will come out with 70 kilos, 10 kilos more than his opener. Okay, let's see how the referees call it. They say it's a good lift. So that's great. He's got 70.
70, same. Sugar poacher of Mongolia.
And now the M3 Lifter Suga from Mongolia. He's also going to take 70. Just wondered if there was a little movement on the... Okay, he got 2 white lights, so that's fine. It's considered a good lift. And now Batsengel in the sub-juniors is coming back out for 85 kilos, 10 kilo increase on his first attempt. And this would move him temporarily into second place with 2 lifters to come. But he is the lightest. He weighed in the lightest out of his group of 3. So that could play a hand between him and one other competitor. So he's been given the call that bar is loaded, but he hasn't come out yet. Seems to be some confusion around... Okay, so he's still trying to get his wraps on. I don't know why he's been caught off guard that this is his lift. Now he's not happy with his wraps and he's redoing them. And he has to do that before he gets on the platform. He's not supposed to do that. To come out. Now he's got 10 seconds to get a start call. So he's now a bit rushed. He makes it in time. Does he beat the call? Yes. Well, something's gone wrong. Anyway, it's a no lift. So this is the problem with a rushed setup and not being in a settled state of mind. They look bewildered. His team are bewildered as to what's happened, and so they don't know what to correct. But a big part of competing is being ready and in the right frame of mind, not stressing yourself out. So sub-junior Batar comes out with 92.5. And he was definitely ready, so he's able to take his time and get composed. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, he can't get it off the chest. No. Wow, that's interesting. That actually looked too heavy for him, unless he didn't set up quite correctly, I'm not sure. 105 kilos now for Toil Bay.
105.
I'm going to call him Arman, his first name. I apologise for my mispronunciation. Arman's coming out 105 kilos. He's from Kazakhstan, and he, with this, will pull right away from his Mongolian competitors. Absolutely fantastic arch. And we'll see how that goes. That's the 3 white lights, so he's in no doubt whatsoever. So he's done really, really well. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, the arch, it's their arch of their back, that they're making the biggest arch they can make with their back. And one of the advantages, not the only, but one of the advantages to having a pronounced arch is your chest is somewhat higher than it would be without an arch, which means that the bar will touch your chest sooner. So it's a shorter lift. The more pronounced your arch, the higher your chest is, and the less far the bar has to travel. So here's Yamamoto again, the other Masters 4. and he's on 113.5, which tells me it's a record attempt. So this would be an Asian record attempt. Crowd wills him on. And I think he's got it. He has indeed. He has got it. And he gets congratulations from his coach. And a wonderful effort for a Masters 4 lifter. 113.5 raw bench. Born in 1950. Alexander of Mongolia now to take that 125 again. Let's see if he can keep the butt on the bench this time. And, oh, gets well and truly slapped by the coach. Wake him up. Of course, that would be with his express permission and instruction. Whatever the lifter likes and needs within reason, as a final moment of preparation for the lift. Some lifters do well having a bit of a slap, wakes them up a bit. Some that would nearly finish them off. Oh dear, he's done it again. And he fails the lift anyway. So he may not have much more left in him, and he's just suffering a little bit of pain in the right hand or... So, Jargol Sakyan, 130 kilos again for him. He is the junior. Okay, that looked a lot better. Yes, it is. 3 white lights. So he's on the board now.
135.
And his teammate, Durgasuran, has only put 2.5 kilos on. So 132.5 kilos for his second bench, which seems curious. It could be intentional, but it may not. If they don't get their nominated attempt in on time, they will automatically be given 2.5 if they were successful in their previous lift. So let's see if he truly believes he only had 2.5 left in him. Yeah, I think that's right. He could not get that off the chest, so that may be that he's going to finish on 130. But that was difficult for him to do 132.5. So here's Bayara from Mongolia taking 135. He's a Masters 1, so this is a different age category now. And he is very much in control of the competition in his class at the moment, as his competitor is yet to get a score on the board. Meanwhile, Bayara is going ahead. 135 for his second attempt. That looked really solid. Referees said yes. So I think that yes, he is the gold medalist. I've just looked at the score sheet. Of course he is. And he is a gold medalist without even doing another lift. Here's Ohira from Japan, 140 kilos. He's competing against the other two Mongolian juniors. He is in first position and will remain in first position even on body weight as I look at this. Oh, he's really strong. He's just lifting so well today. And you can just tell from his body language he's loving it. You know? He's feeling super confident and he's in his groove. Erdenbold now from Mongolia, 142.5. Okay, I'll just see how the referees saw the foot move. Oh, okay, they've all given a good lift. I think referee just had a little word to him to say your entire foot has to be on the block and the block is not to move. And one of the jury members has just come over to tell him exactly that. He's also, Farshid Sultani, the president of APF, has come out and said, look, that singlet that he's wearing is not legal and those blocks, the way he's using them, is not legal. So Manel Jav, 142.5 now. This is to get him into first place temporarily. And he's done it. Shagda now from Mongolia, the M4 lifter, brings us into the third lifts. He's going 80 kilos here, started on 60. So he hasn't got a bar loaded call yet. The clock hasn't started, but, oh, there it goes. Okay, there was a little confusion about the clock and all of that. All right. Oh, now he's rewrapping his wrists on the bench. So let's see if he's ready for 80. No, not today. He failed to lift it. So that is the completion of his lifting at this championship, and I'm sure he can be proud to go home with 2 out of 3 today. As we move along now, 85 kilos for Batsengul from Mongolia, sub-junior. He missed this on the second attempt. If I recall, he wasn't sure what he did wrong. And I think he beat the call. He didn't beat it that time, and he's got the lift, so let's see if it was legal. Yes, it is. Yes, he's got the lift. So
92.5.
that's great. 92.5 now on the bar for Batar. This is to move him from third to second. He is a under 66 kilo sub-junior, trying to nudge up to second place. Missed this on his second attempt. He's completely moved his feet. He's picked them up and repositioned them halfway through the lift.
115.
So this is not understanding how to do the bench. If that is in your technique, you have to get it out of your technique. It can never be that that's possible, that you're thinking you're going to move your feet, because the feet are not to move. So, Yamamoto of Japan, 115 to increase the record that he set on the second attempt. Just putting a bit more on it.
He'll be bettering his own world record in the Master 4 division.
Oh, trying, lifted off the bench. It's all over. No. He gave it everything though.
Seen load toiled by Kazakhstan.
Right, Arman from Kazakhstan, 115 kilos for his final bench press, sub-junior. So he has benched incredibly well today. He is your Asian champion. He's got the gold medal and he's really lifted extremely well. Okay, Alexandra is trying desperately to get 125 kilos so that he may not bomb. No lifter. That's our worst thing that could happen. Worse than getting an injury. It's the thing we just cannot believe that we cannot have. So this is really serious for him to get this lift. And he's got actually the president of the Mongolian Powerlifting Federation also in his coach's corner. So he's probably feeling the pressure. So it's way too heavy for him today. I think the bar clipped his ear as it came down. He's just got a little problem there on the side of his ear. He's okay, but that was a bad miss actually. and the bar has hit his ear and perhaps grazed his ear. I'm not sure exactly what the contact was, but
135.
unfortunately he has disqualified. So Jargal Sarkhan, 135 now for his final bench press. He is ranked number 2, ranked second. And it's a good lift. So he finishes with 135
157.5.
and he's in second position. There is a possibility that Dugasuran, who's up next with 137.5, he could actually take that silver medal position with a successful lift here. He missed 132.5. He's added 5 kilos, so he's got a lot of work to do to make up to the second place. It's been seen to happen. I think the side refs are reaching for their no button straight away because the butt came up. So he will have to settle with third place.
147.5.
Now, Mold has put 147.5 kilos on for his final attempt, but so has Manil Jav, his competitor. So they have matched each other. They have matched each other lift for lift. He came charging out. He didn't have his wraps on. He's come back. He didn't have any chalk. So he looks rushed to take this. Now he's got to fix his blocks. He has got another suit on, thankfully, a legal suit. And his feet are not bad on the blocks there. So let's see if he gets a start. There we go. Yeah, I think that's really difficult circumstances to bench press in, is rushing around like that. So no lift for him. So now it will just remain if Manil Jav, his direct competitor, can get this. Now, Manil Jav, let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he's lighter in body weight. So he's already won, even without this, because they both got the 142.5 and Mold just missed that one. Then Manil Jav has won, even if he doesn't get this bench. He will have won on body weight. Wow. I think he got it too. Yes, he did. Yes, he got it. 3 white lights.
150.
Right.
Ohira Tomaha.
Now, Ohira, 150 kilograms on the bar for him. He is the junior lifter. Had a couple of guys to compete against, but Ohira has been the one that's impressed us with his technique and strength, and he has already won the gold. He cannot have that taken from him. He won it on his second attempt. So 150, just to test himself. Over twice his body weight. Oh, his body just stays incredibly still during the whole lift. It's such great control, and he gets 3 white lights, and you can just see him pretty happy with himself. He's got a bit of swagger going on there. Well done. Now we swing into the second round of lifting. So this is a second round, second group of lifters, and we have 12 lifters in this round, and we're starting off with Hurev, who is a Masters 3 lifter, 50 kilos on the bar for him.
of Mongolia.
He's an under 74 kilo lifter. He's in his own age and weight category, so not actually competing against anyone. Oh, very easy. That looks, very much like you could do that for many, many reps. Dash from Mongolia now, 100 kilos on the bar for him. He is a Masters 4 lifter. He appears to be rushing to get ready because he hadn't got his wraps on. He is being helped by one of the juniors who just lifted. So Dash makes his way out. Born in 1952. Weighed exactly 70 kilos at weigh-in, and he's going to bench 100 kilos raw. Okay, just see how they say. No, the butt came off the bench again, and it just had a little trouble with that. There's an uneven platform set up there at the back of the bench, and if a lifter stands on it in the middle part of their foot, they could lose their balance a little bit. So I just see his team telling him, you lifted your head off. I didn't see that. I saw him lift his butt. So I don't know if you can do both at once, but I think that it would be hard to do, to lift both your head and your butt off. I don't know, maybe it's possible. Kuji, 110 kilos, Masters 4 lifter from Mongolia for his opening attempt. Yeah, that's a very solid technique he's got there. So good to see someone, their body staying solid on the bench. So, Lakgava, 110 as well for his opener. He's our Masters 1. One of 2 Mongolians in the Masters 1. The other Mongolian is opening a lot higher. So, Lakgava now gets this opportunity to lift at regional championships. He's just distracted by his socks. The interesting socks he's got on. Trying to get himself set and comfy. Yeah, great. 3 white lights. Very good.
150.
So Montcarjagul, 115 kilos for his opening bench. He is a sub-junior in the under 74 kilo class. So I probably should have said these are all under 74 kilo class lifters. All the same weight class, different age groups. Okay, yes, 3 white lights. Now, Nobuhara from Japan, 120 kilos.
Nobuhara.
Now, he's a Masters 4. So he's competing against Dash, who missed his 100, remember? So Nobuhara now open on 120. So let's see how he does this. Pretty sure these guys haven't come to powerlifting later in life. They've probably been bench pressing and powerlifting, if not all their life, a long time. Fast down, fast up. Oh. Amazing. Amazing. 3 white lights.
130.
He forgot to do his belt up. He just got told by the ref, hey, you forgot to do your belt up. So what does that mean? That means that he didn't have anything to bear into, to push his abs into, to create that extra bit of tension. So, it's just a great display of strength to bench without that little bit of advantage. But 130 for Monk Okra, Mongolian junior. There is another lifter in the junior category and he's from the UAE, but he is going to bench significantly more, hopefully. Let's see how he does this. Yep, very good. Lovely, solid lift. 3 white lights, not a problem. So I think we will get 140 first. Yeah, 140 for Baojinyam, the Masters 1 from Mongolia. And if he gets this, I should imagine he'll go on to get the gold medal. So he is a Masters 1. He's in the Masters 1. It says he's born in 1982. Are they Masters 1 now? My goodness. Makes me feel old. 140 kilos. Yeah, he's only just a Masters 1 this year. There you go. Oh, wow. 140, fantastic. Brilliant lift. 3 white lights, extremely strong. I think he's got the Mongolian flag tattooed on his head. The symbol, there's a sort of a symbol on the flag. Right, 155 for an open-aged lifter, bat bowled from Mongolia. 1 of 3 in the open age, and very much lifting the least, shall I say, out of the 3. So the other 2 guys have got a lot more on their opener. But first we see Batbold to get his opening lift on the board. Yeah, nice and solid on the bench to add 3 white lights, so excellent lift for him. Right, here's Majid
160.
Al Reedha from UAE.
Majid of UAE.
He's got 160 kilos on the bar for his opening attempt. Born in 2001, he is a junior. And with this lift, he would get the gold medal. So let's see how Majid goes with 160. Great setup, nice and tight. I think he unracked that himself, did he? I think it's a good lift. Yeah, it's a good lift. He got 2 white lights and he's on the board at 160. He's asking, can he have the bar brushed? So, just gave me the thumbs up. So, 180 now on the bar for Badrak. I'm going to call him Ganbold because that's his first name, Ganbold. 180, he is an open age lifter. And this is still not the top opener. So fantastic to see such big weights now climbing on to the bar. See what the refs say. Yes, 3 white lights. That's a great 180. Looks like he had to work a bit for that. Yeah. He raised a sweat. Okay, now this is our top lifter in this weight and age class. This is Yokoyama from Japan, opening on 200 kilograms, jogging out. 200 kilo bench press, weighed in at 71.9, really quite light, extremely light for under 74 kilo. Oh, that was fantastic. Very good. Solid, strong, loads of strength left. He's running, he's sort of jogging around. He's got that much energy. Now we start at the second round of lifts for these under 74 kilo guys. And Perev, if you recall, put 50 kilos on the bar and looked like he could do about 20 reps of them. So now, thankfully, he's put quite a bit more. He's put 80 kilos on the bar. So maybe he didn't quite trust that he wouldn't get the lift. I don't know. Anyway, 80 kilos for M3 lifter. He's born in 1958. And he hasn't heard, oh yes he has, he's coming. Got no wrist wraps and no belt. Just thought I could hear some singing. Perev, I may have mentioned, has already got the gold medal. And again, he could do reps of that. That's a really great lift.
Good lift.
So, not pushing himself too hard here today, just enjoying his lifting. Meanwhile, Dash, the M4, is getting an ear rubbing that he actually looks like he's enjoying. So here he comes to get his 100 kilos, and really a lot of respect for this lifter. You know, to do with the age, but also 100 kilos, that's pretty good at 70 kilos of body weight, especially at his age, but, you know, it's a great bench. He's got virtually no arch, he's flat benching. So it's all strength and not tons of technique. He did get that, but he's lifted up off the bench and the refs saw it. So there's no lift there for him. And they're getting told it is his head, but I can tell you his butt's coming off too. He's getting told that when he starts to pull the bar down, his head's coming up. And, you know, you'd think that people would be aware of that in training with him to help him modify his technique so his head doesn't come up because, you know, sometimes the head will come up if the men have a huge amount of muscle mass at the back of their traps there, but that gentleman doesn't have that. So, yeah. Okay, Coogee, 120 kilos. Another beautiful lift. Really good. Yeah, solid. Really enjoy watching him bench. He's got a really good sense of his own proportions and his own mechanics, and he's set up solid. It doesn't move. He's able to maintain it under pressure. Monk Jargle, 120 kilos. He's a sub-junior. Great lift for a sub-junior, 120. I think he weighs around 73 kilos. I just can't quite see. Hasn't got much of an arch at all. So, you know, that's just a lot of strength. Really, really good.
126.
Okay, the other Masters 4 lifter now, Nobuhara from Japan, is now going.
126 kg. If he clears this, it will be new Masters 4 world record.
World record attempt. 126 kilograms. So here is a world record attempt. You will recall that he benched 120 very comfortably. So he's a Masters 4. Yeah, and the previous record is 125.5. So that's why he's got 126. Oh! Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, no problem. 3 white lights, so perfect. And he's got a world record. Yeah, it's wonderful. On his second attempt, mind you. So, Lagava, 130 kilo on the bar for this Masters 1 lifter now for his second attempt. UAE coach is trying to get a bar wipe brush for his lifter who'll come out soon. He wants it brushed because there's a lot of chalk on there from the lifter's hands, and if you get the bar brushed, you feel like you're making better contact with the bar. Okay. Oh, fast down. Oh. Yes. Great work. I guess I'm saying fast down because we've just had 2 days of equipped benching, and the bar doesn't always go down that fast at all with the equipped bench. So it always looks fast on the classic by comparison. So here we have 137.5 for Monkokra, the junior lifter. If he comes out, he's been caught. Here he comes. Yep. Yeah. So he will get the silver medal here today.
Start.
Wow. Great show of strength there. And 3 white lights. Very impressive. Yeah. So 150 neat on the bar for M1 lifter Baljinyam from Mongolia. This would have him absolutely in front. He would get in front of his competitor, who's calling for who's calling for 140 on the next attempt. So this to shore up the gold medal. Shore up the gold medal. He certainly deserves it. Magnificent opening bench. Fantastic technique and comprehension of the yes. He calls out yes, and it is yes. He gets 2 white lights, and he's super happy. He is your gold medalist. Right. So that bold now is coming out with 165. He's an open age lifter. 10 kilos up from his first attempt. But off the pace and probably unable to catch the other 2 guys in his age group. Ooh. By the sound, it was heavy, but he got 3 white lights, so that's good work. Right. UAE team is getting in position with their cameras. That must be Majid's coming out with 167.5 kilos. We've got a pretty good idea he's gunning for the Asian record somewhere in the future. Maybe not today, but it's definitely on his mind. He doesn't want that chalk on there either. So gets himself set up. And he's always prepared well ahead to come out and take his time and take the bar. Unracks himself. Ooh, I think he just clipped the rack as he came up, and that's fine. It's a good lift.
190. Kanpur of Mongolia.
So he may have set up a little higher on the bench than usual. I'm not sure why he would have clipped the upright. Right, Gambold now, 190 kilos on the bar. I don't think he's going to catch Yokoyama in the open category, but he wasn't far off, staying in contention. So he's currently sitting in that silver medal position and he's certainly safe. He can't lose it. But I think maybe gold medal will be unlikely. Right, Gambold. Oop, 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 oop. So the crowd loves it, but, only one ref saw that. There was 2 white lights, so he's got it. Right, Yokoyama now to finish up the second round of lifting, 225.5. So that tells us it's a record. Is it a world record? It's a world record. It is a world record attempt. Hello, crowd.
Here in the open 74 kg category, 225.5. If he clears this will be a new world record.
World record attempt here at Asian Bench Press Championships. Unracks it himself. Oh, faultless technique. Oh, yes, he has. Yes, he has. Good job. Excellent. Wasn't that thrilling? So that's what the guys are aiming for in the future, the young ones. There's your world record to aim for.
95. Computer is fired.
Right, with that thrilling world record, we still have another attempt for everyone. And we've got Purav, the Masters 3, coming out with 95 on the bar. He's benched really well, started at 50, ends at 95. Hopefully. It's pretty intense, this bench press only championship. We've got 3 lifts and these groups are small. It's all over very quickly. Oh, there was not enough speed off the chest. It was just a little bit too heavy. So not today. But that's okay. He is the Asian champion. Okay, Dash. Dash having a bit of trouble with head and butt. So he's just got to get his technique. He's got great strength, really good strength, and everyone's really behind him now. And it is just marvellous to see senior gentlemen competing at regionals. He's getting told to keep his head down. There we go, heads down. Oh, yes. Did he keep the butt down as well? I think he did. Yes, he's got the lift. He's got the lift. And the crowd are thrilled for him. 100 kilo legal bench press. There you go. It's fantastic that he corrected that, keeping his head down. Right.
125.
We'll all just calm down. It's 125 kilos on the bar for sub-junior Monk Jargle. Here's the the Asian champion. Hasn't got any competitors. But on top of that, he is benched really well. Especially sub-junior. Oh, lovely. Yes, lovely work. And finally we see a little bit of sweat on the brow. Had to work for that one. Now that was great. 130 for Kuji, Masters 2 lifter. He's also lifting really well today. Wow, growls it up. There it is, 3 white lights, and that's wonderful. Yeah, he got it. Big smile. Yep, you can't believe it. Okay, 135 kilos for Nubahara to increase that world record. And so he should put so much on there because it was just outstanding how he did bench 126. This is such a treat to see a gentleman born in 1952 to now attempt 135 kilo raw bench at 73.45 kilos of body weight. Inspirational. He got the lift. He got the lift. So that is a new world record. Okay. Junior Monk Okra now, 145 for his final attempt.
Of Mongolia.
Got some great technique on him and lots of strength. But the other benefit he's got is time on his side. As a junior, he can get stronger and stronger. Body just wants to get stronger at that age. Responds really well to training and good food and rest. He's just going to get stronger and stronger, I'm sure. No, not today. Not 145. It's worth a look. One day that will be his opener. It's amazing to think that, isn't it? So, Lakgava, 150. That's a 20 kilo increase. He's a Masters 1. He went up 20 from 110 to 130. Now another 20 to 150. These are big jumps. He's trying to catch his competitor. He's lighter than his competitor. If he gets this, he'll move into first place momentarily before his competitor has a crack at 155. So this is a shot for gold medal. But it's an enormous jump. All right, see how it goes. Oh, no, So it was worth the ask, I think. He might as well, because he's always getting silver, so he might as well have a shot at gold. But that means that Balginium has got the gold medal already. He's got 155 to come out and have a go at. So this is academic. He's got the gold. But I'm absolutely certain he wants to leave here with as much on that bar as he can. He's very businesslike, super focused, and you just get the feeling he's got his own goals here in his lifting. Just a wild guess, but I think he's a power lifter as well, not just a bench only. $155 for the 40-year-old. Oh, no. He did get it off the chest, but it flew back towards the head, and shoulder didn't like that either, by the look of it. He's smiling about it, though. That's okay. Right, here's Bat Bold, 170 kilos. He is the bronze medalist. He will remain the bronze medalist. Open age lifter, born 1983. Yeah, that wasn't really going to fly. It came down rather fast. It bounced off the chest a little, and that's really hard to get moving the right way.
178
So here is Majid Al-Rida,
Asian Junior Record.
UAE, 178 kilos. So he is going to have a crack at the Asian record. This is him having a crack at the Asian record, which is currently 177.5. So he's having a look. It's just about 10 kilos more than what he just lifted on the second attempt. So he's probably feeling pretty good, and he's the gold medalist already. So it's the moment to have a go at it. I like the thinking. Asian Junior under 74 kilo record attempt. Oh my goodness. He's lifted that, he's pressed it, and he didn't get it. He did not get it. He charges off, and we had two red lights on the side, butt lift, and I think he wants his coach to go to the jury. There's some discussion, but I think they're reluctant. No, I think he's given up on that. Okay, it's a great effort. Okay, Gambold now, 200 kilo. 200 kilo for the second last bench here. He is the silver medalist. He cannot advance past that at this stage with this lift. But let's see if he can crack 200 here today. No, just a bit too heavy.
No lift, 227.
So, we saw this world record set by Yokoyama. And now, of course, he's going to attempt to increase that, and as well he should. He's put a great number on, 227. So the crowd is getting really interested, which you would with a world record. I'm just watching him put his wraps on here. Tell you what, he has got some guns on him, this guy. Yokoyama, if anyone could do a world record, it's him. And he's in good form today. So here is another world record attempt. Oh, magnificent. There it is, no doubt. And he can't see the lights, but he takes it from the crowd's reaction that he got the lift and he's got another world record. Congratulations from the coach. Well, that was wonderful. And that concludes the lifting in this session of the under 74 kilo class, guys. We will have the medal ceremony coming up, so stick around for that one.
Malayalia Davatsaran of Mongolia. The national anthem of Mongolia. (66 kg sub-juniors). Bronze medal Batar Ganbold of Mongolia. Silver Bat Sengil Erdenkat of Mongolia. Gold medal goes to Tali Bey Arman of Kazakhstan. National anthem of Kazakhstan. (66 kg juniors Durga Suran of Mongolia wins the bronze. Altan Suk of Mongolia wins the silver. Ohira Tomaharu of Japan wins the gold. The national anthem of Japan. 66 kg category Master 1 bench press gold medal goes to Bayara Odon of Mongolia. The national anthem of Mongolia. Six Masters 3 gold medal goes to Sugar Both Ochir of Mongolia. National anthem of Mongolia. Masters 4, silver Shakhtar Perinley of Mongolia. Gold medal with a new world record, Yamamoto Tarao of Japan. National anthem of Japan. Technical controller, please take the group 66 kg category off stage and please bring the 74 kg category onto the stage. The 74 kg open, bronze medal, Bart Bolt of Mongolia. Silver, Gang Bolt of Mongolia. And gold medal goes to Yokoyama Kosei of Japan. Yokoyama Kosei of Japan. National anthem of Japan. 74 kg sub-juniors, Anuk Badar of Mongolia is a gold medal winner. The national anthem of Mongolia. 74 juniors, Balyinyam of Mongolia wins the silver. Al-Reda Majid of UAE wins the gold medal. The national anthem of UAE. '74 Master 1, Jamyan of Mongolia wins the silver. Batsai Khan of Mongolia wins the gold medal. National anthem of Mongolia. Masters 2, Amar Sana of Mongolia wins the gold. The national anthem of Mongolia. Masters 374, Purev Bayer of Mongolia wins the gold. The national anthem of Mongolia. Masters 4, Dash Namkai George of Mongolia wins the silver. Nobuhara Hideyuki of Japan wins the gold. The national anthem of Japan. Technical controller, please take the competitors off the stage.